Round 6, we have Kevin Friend versus Ryan Dale. Nekroz versus Infernoids. Well, this game's getting started off pretty quickly. Kevin rolled an 8, Ryan rolls a 9, so it was Ryan's choice to see who goes first. Now, Ryan has been sitting at his throne at table 1 for the last 3-4 rounds, actually. Kevin, the first Nekroz to actually make it to the top table. And this is the last round before top cut. Let's see how they play it out. So, yeah, Kevin's going first. Not much happening so far, so I guess we can run down what the matchup can be like. Nekroz Mirror is a little harder to play because Shrit in the Graveyard can't exactly be used because Infernoids can banish it and then force a random ritual summon out of whatever he has left. As for the Nekroz player, they can pretty easily trish them because they do require the graveyard. Wow, what a slow game for both players. Open turn set 1, well, actually not the opening turn, but the third turn set 1 from the Infernoid side. Oh, finally something's happening here. Kevin is using Bryanak. His hand didn't look too good. There was a Bullblader and a Maxi. Maxi being pretty useless against Infernoid since none of their summons can be chained to. That's a Colossalis. Colossalis is going to go back into the deck to get a... I think it's going to be a Kaleidoscope. Yeah, it is. Here it is. Kaleidoscope. I wonder if Ryan will be staying at his keeping his undefeated record, or is it gonna be something else? So Kaleidoscope gets negated by Vanity's Emptiness. Well played there. Definitely a much slower game than what I would expect from the two fast decks. So banishing a Colossalis and a Kaleidoscope to add the second Kaleidoscope. Kevin does have a Bullblader, so if Ryan decides to normal summon any of his normal summon targets, it can potentially get run over and get rid of the emptiness. But that emptiness is hindering Ryan himself because he cannot activate Reasoning and fill up his graveyard. Playing Charge of the Light Brigade would pop it as well, but it would start him off. Ryan just goes with a set 2 and I think he's going to pass. Maybe he has no monsters in his hand, or with the emptiness he locked himself out of using monsters. But knowing Ryan, he wouldn't make a mistake like that. Oh, there's that Bullblader. Bullblader attacks. 16 damage goes through. Oh, this puts a little pressure on Ryan's side. The Jinlock out. Oh, Ryan just passed his turn. I think Ryan's hand's pretty dead. Summons a Senju. No mistake on Ryan's part. He does main 3 mistakes. And with that many set, I would expect one of them to be it, but apparently not, such as a Bryo. Well, there's 3,000 damage on the board right now. I would knock Ryan down to more than half his life gone. So that's 3,000 damage on top of the original 16. This is a very basic game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Set, summon, swing. No crazy combos there. Oh, Dark Hole. Clearing the board and getting rid of the emptiness. Now, does Ryan have a follow-up? If he doesn't have a follow-up, he might have preemptively gotten rid of his own emptiness. That Maxi in Kevin's hand is still pretty useless. He cannot chain to this. So he banishes 2 to summon out a Tondel. It's 2,800. Sets 2, passes turn. No cards in Ryan's hand. Kevin has a set as well. Nekroz don't usually set anything except for emptiness or MSTs. And most of them hold on to it. So Brian goes off. Oh, Ryan has the mistake now. Mistake gets changed to Brio. The face down is not an MST. Kevin will have to eat it. Brio was ditched for free. Both Brios in the graveyard. Alright, here we go. Kaleidoscope. Ditches the level 12. Valk and Unicorn will be coming out. Special summon both. No response on Ryan's side. Attack. Book of Eclipse. Does Kevin have a response to the Book of Eclipse? The other Jin lock out. No, everything's going face down. Well, I guess Kevin will be getting a 2-card draw from Unicorn and Valk, which is pretty profitable, considering that he used the Kaleidoscope for it. End phase, flip them both up, draw 2 cards. Manju and Manju. Okay. Well, with Mistake on board, they are pretty useless. Let's hope that he cut his deck 2 cards into the MST. Now flip summon. Swings, destroys them both. The Atando destroys both. He's checking the graveyard in case he has something to banish. Passes turn. Man, I feel very sad seeing a Maxi in Kevin's hand. It's good against every matchup but this one. Well, this and Yosenju. And maybe Cleese as well. Kevin reading the effect of Mistake. There's nothing really to confirm. It's like one line of text. So Unicorn, oh, just checking if you can add from graveyard. Yes, you can add from graveyard. So Unicorn has a card back to hand. Uses Nekroz Mirror now from the set card on the field, the Bluff. He's gonna banish 2 Unicorns. 2 Unicorns. That's pretty good. Which means it's gonna be a Valkyrs. Normal summon Manju. Valkyrs attacks into the Atandol. Being 100 stronger than the Atandol, that's pretty good. So it takes 100 and then swings with a 14 from the Manju. Ryan is running really low on life now. Valkyries effect. So yeah, he gets rid of that Maxi in hand and the Manju to draw 2 cards. Well, at least this way he actually managed to get a draw off from Maxi, even if it's not by its own effect. Ryan being in a really tight spot with Mistake on board, it is slowing down his death. Will he slow it down enough to get a comeback? Oh, here we go, a Harmadic. Harmadic can pop that Valk to get the pressure off. But instead he gets Book of Moon. Valk is still there, but not for long as he activates a Dark Hole to follow up. So Manju summons, swings for 14. Very slow game, being hindered by the floodgate of Mistake. Again, the Atano comes back, banishing 2 cards. Oh, we have a Valk effect. Valk negates the Atandol, keeping Kevin's life points up there. I believe I see a Galaxy Cyclone in Kevin's hand. He targets the set card, destroys it. Kevin confirms whether or not there's any monsters in Ryan's grave. So clearing this Atondal might be the last threat on the board. Well, that is until Reasoning, of course. The top deck of Reasoning can sway the game back in Ryan's favor. That mistake is not going to live for very long with a Cyclone. Oh my god, a Reasoning! Wow. 1, 2. Oh, it was a short mill. But it was a Deviati and a Raiden, and Kevin did kill the Raiden too. Kills them both. Atondal's double attack really going to work in this game. Now Ryan's in control, while Kevin is stuck, unable to search. But of course, here we go. Uses the effect of Atondal to banish the Galaxy Cyclone to prevent Mistake from being destroyed. Well played, Ryan. Very smart. Didn't wait for the play to happen. Just prevented it altogether. Set another card. He doesn't exactly have enough to bring anyone out so far. That Atondal's still in the grave. The other monster is not an Infernoid. And then summons out a Shrit and punches for 300. That's a little BM. That's right, take the 300. Shrit slapped. Oh my god, Burial. Like, top deck after top deck. Holy crap, those top decks are crazy. Top deck master Ryan. Well, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! And Ryan just Yu-Gi-Oh'd Kevin up the ass. So now he summons out a Setsumus. Attacks. Here we go. Setsumus is going to banish one of the cards on the field. There goes Cycle. Oh, this is not good. Kevin is running out of resources. But that Shrit slap was pretty funny. Not gonna lie. Well, both of these players are feeling pretty comfortable considering that both of them are X and O. In other words, regardless of how they do in this round, they are still going to the top cut. Oh, he top decks a Card Trooper. Card Trooper seals the deal. The game goes to Ryan. Now we're going to move on to game 2. Now the last game, Ryan did look like he was about to lose, but then Lady Luck just came back from her break just in time to give Ryan the Yu-Gi-Oh! Win that he kind of deserved. Alright, this game Ryan will be starting. Ryan starts with the set 2 and passes. No open turn Reasoning. Sorry for the little glare there, the sun's been moving. Galaxy Cyclone opening from Kevin, destroying a Mistake. Well played. He's considering, I guess, one of his sideboard cards, maybe. Oh, Ice Hand. Ice Hand attacks. Does Ryan have any... Oh, a Mirror Force. Oh, that's a well-played Mirror Force. There are no back row left for Kevin to use his Ice Hand on, so Fire Hand will not come out. Wow, Thunder King on Ryan's side. Swings into it. 1900 damage. Well, this game is much faster than the last game. Well, with the Mistake out of the way, but Thunder King came back to, you know, cover for Mistake's loss. Another 19 swing. Thunder King is putting up a lot of pressure. Kevin's halfway down. If he doesn't have an out to Thunder King soon, this game will be very, very short. So no Nekroz in the graveyard, so Val can't do anything. Another 19. That's 3 19s already. Oh, So yeah, now Kevin has a play. Starts with the Kaleidoscope for this turn. Gets out a Unicorn. Unicorn will be strong enough to run over that Thunder King. No, but there will be no search because of Thunder King's effect. Unicorn attacks, kills the Thunder King. 400 damage. Now the control goes back to Kevin. Bryo effect. Now he can get the search from Bryo. So Brian did open with a bit of a floodgate, no search zone for him. Now adding a Valk to hand. Is he going to use the Valk to protect the Unicorn, or is he actually going to try to get some draws later on? Activates Rhoda. Is he going to get a Causalis or a Shret? Goes for the Shret. He might be making another summon this turn. Now, this game has been going on pretty quickly. This has been about 6 turns in so far. Kevin, very pressured on his low life. Gotta make the correct move, or else if he leaves the wrong monster on board, he could get gamed by Natondel. Pass his turn. Oh my god. Why does he always top deck Reasoning? Kevin just called him Yugi as well. Okay, this is just ridiculous. I don't even want to start counting. Well, he has no mistakes left, no emptiness. Lost most of his reasoning. Wow, Kevin immediately activates Lancia to raid and summon. This prevents Ryan from pushing, because this could potentially just OTK Kevin right off the bat. Kevin is in such a bad spot. He does not have more than 2 turns left. Unless, of course, he has a Lancia into a Lancia, and, you know, just don't let Ryan play. Maybe Kevin sides Kaiku. If he sides Kaiku, he would immediately destroy Ryan. Ryan can't banish anything from the graveyard. Oh, there's a dark hole. So Ryan clears the board, sets 1, and passes turn. Well, Kevin, on the other hand, starts off with searching some more spells. Maybe that's a mistake, but that's not possible. 3 mistakes are in the graveyard. With nothing to chain in his graveyard, the search will go through, and Kevin will be adding a Nekroz cycle. So no response so far. Oh, on the other hand, there's a MST. Shred effect. So Shred from the Unicorn. The sun's blasting on Kevin's side. Maybe it's a sign of good luck. Adding a Bryo from the Shrit. Ryan's talking as if Kevin sided Decree and he just wanted to get rid of it in case of anything. But I guess it wouldn't really matter at this point because most of his traps are already in the graveyard. Oh, now Nekroz Mirror, banishing the Shrit. Summoning a Valkyris. That's a lot of damage there. 23 and 29. Pushing Ryan down to 24. Now, Brionac is activated to search. Adds a Gungnir. Gungnirs are great to add because by protecting his monsters from being destroyed, he can potentially game Ryan, and without the ability to destroy other monsters, Ryan's gonna have a little tough time to push for game. Oh my god, a second Lancia, the game is over. Wow, this game goes to Kevin. Much quicker than game 1. Game 3 begins with Kevin setting one monster and one spell, being Book of Moon. Ryan goes off in his turn, he summons the monster, and then it gets Book of Moon. But then after that, Ryan plays Reasoning, mills a Dark Hole, and here we are. So far the mills are pretty good. Someone's out Setsumus. Oh, the glare is on now. Setsumus attacks. Firehand destroys a Setsumus. Guess Firehand will now be digging out the Ice Hand. Ice Hand defense mode. Ice Hand will not be searching a Firehand because there are no back row for Ice Hand to destroy. But the Ice Hand did block Raiden's hit. So he sets one and then Tribute summons for Spell Canceller, a really good floodgate against Nekroz, and then sets another card. Kevin sets 2, passes. Raiden's effect mills 2, a charge and a Deviati. Spell Canceller attacks into an Ice Hand. Ice Hand destroys a card. Destroys an Emptiness. Wow, pretty good hit. And then summons out a Firehand. Now, I'm not sure if Ryan wants to swing into that Firehand because it will kill out the Spell Canceller. Raiden attacks, actually lets the Spell Canceller die. Wow, I guess Ryan's pretty much ahead at this point. It wouldn't really matter if the Spell Canceller died, because the Spell Canceller was going to die next turn anyway by the Firehand swinging into the Raiden. Ryan sets another card. End phase mill 2 with Raiden. Kevin summons out a Manju. Manju's effect will search. So far, all he's burned out in his deck are mainly sideboard cards, such as Firehand and Ice Hand. He'll be adding a Valkyrie to hand from Manju. Now he flips a Nekroz Mirror, sending a Shrit to the graveyard, summoning out the Valkyrie. Shrit will now activate and search a Warrior Ritual monster, which is Bryo. Bryo will now search for any other Nekroz monster in the deck. Immediately adds the Gungnir to protect his monsters. Battle phase. Valkytex. Raiden is destroyed, takes some damage, and then the Manju, will swing into Ryan for 14. Ryan does not have any cards in hand, but he does have a bit of a graveyard to play with. 2 cards set. We know it's not Emptiness. And it's probably not a mistake. Kevin's graveyard doesn't look too good either. Well, he just top decked the card. Reasoning, maybe? Who knows? Well, he's going through his graveyard, and he is starting to banish, so I'm assuming he has a monster that's about to come out. Ryan's carefully thinking about what he can do. If he has no way to clear out the monsters... Ooh, he summons out a Setsumus. He can swing into the Manju and banish the Valk. So the Manju has been destroyed by Setsumus. Valk is banished. Well played, Ryan. Got a +1. A +2, actually. Galaxy Cyclone goes into play, targeting the card closest to the extra deck. It's the mistake. Well played. But Setsumus will activate and banish the Nekroz Mirror, preventing Kevin from getting a spell search. Kevin's in a... it's okay, he got a Manju. And without that mistake, he is probably going to get that search. So Manju search, but this does put him a little behind, because he could have added a card and then got an S search. That Galaxy Cyclone did prevent Mistake from eating up one of his searches. So he adds a Clausalis. Clausalis will search a spell. He gets another mirror because he does have Shrit in the graveyard. I feel like this game could go either way. Both games, from game 1 and 2. Well, before I get into that, we get a Manju attack and a Gungnir attack. Both games have been comeback games. The losing player came back with like very little life points or under lethal pressure. I wonder if this game is going to turn out to be the same. So Gungnir is on the field, but there are no cards in hand, so Gungnir will not be able to pop cards. Will Ryan be able to get that reasoning? Apparently not. Checking grave. Both players are playing with low card capacity. Kevin at 2 cards on field with no cards in hand. Ryan with a bit of a graveyard, 2 cards in the back, 1 card in hand. If it was a reasoning, I think he would have played it by now. Probably not a reasoning. Oh, he has a dark hole. Okay, well that puts Kevin into a top decking situation. And he summons out an Atondal, and then he attacks for 28, putting Kevin at 4,000. But without mistake, now he can actually search more spells. If he top decked a good monster, like a Unicorn, he may be able to come back with something. Well, Kevin's probably going to add some spells. It would not be wise to leave them in the graveyard because there are chances where he could just top deck the spells. And getting rid of that top decking chance, it will be very important to dig into your more important utility cards. So the whole graveyard of Kevin has been fanned out. Kevin took a while to make his next play, so I fast forwarded the time to closer to when he was going to make a play. Both players are running really close to time. Table 1 did get a deck check, so they have a time extension. But here we go. There's 2 minutes till time. Alright, Kevin makes his move. Adds a cycle. Well, finally. Nope, goes for a Kaleidoscope. sudden change of mind there. Well, the graveyard now goes back to, oh, I guess the graveyard. Kaleidoscope has been activated to summon out a Unicorn. Unicorn will send the Arclight to the graveyard. Get a search. But Unicorn by herself cannot deal with that Setsumus. At least the Valkyrus will prevent the destruction of Unicorn for one turn. Back onto Ryan's side. Time has been called. It is now turn 0. Setsumus attacks. Valk has been activated to negate the attack and end the battle phase. Is Kevin hoping to top deck a Manji? Whoa. Atondal has been banished, tributed. Get rid of a mirror. And now in main phase 2, Harmodic has been summoned and popped the Unicorn. The graveyard is pretty empty on Kevin's side, as he doesn't have any mirrors, most of them being banished. Kevin really running out of options. Summons a Senju. Senju's effect. So adds a Valkyrus. I guess he can try to preserve his life points while being in time.
But we have to play it out, so.
So the Valk has been added. Pass his turn. Now it's turn 2. Every single time Ryan has run into time, he usually just wins before time, which is pretty nice. Now knowing that there's a Valk in Kevin's hand. Oh, he has a Raigeki face down. Swings for 16. Kevin takes the 16. Ryan sets 1, passes turn. Kevin's turn. The Valk in hand and something else. The game is not looking too hot. Passes turn. Oh my god, a Fiend Comedian. Possibly the best trap he can have right now. So if he rolls the even, he banishes every single card in his graveyard. Oh wow, well played. I don't think Kevin can do anything now. Attack for 16. Val can't activate now. Once again, Ryan stays in the game for one more turn. That last turn would have been his last if he could not have successfully attacked, as Kevin was at a higher life points. But now, it seems like Kevin's gonna have a tough time playing without his graveyard, knowing that there's a Valk in his hand. If he doesn't have a Shrit and another spell card, or a ritual spell card, it's gonna be over. Someone's out Senju. This is Kevin's last ditch effort. Fiend Comedian is a really good sideboard card. Acts as like a giant DD Crow that DD Crows every card in the graveyard, or can act like a Reasoning, where it just mills a ton of cards for Ryan. The number of cards that the Fiend Comedian mills is based on your opponent's graveyard size. Kevin scoops, and Ryan remains undefeated in the round of Swiss. I guess Ryan and Kevin will both be moving on to the top cut. We have 2 duels that we're going to feature in the top cut, the finals and the first round. Well, stay tuned for that coming up soon. So if you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And as always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV.